So in today's video, we're going to summarize the Huberman Lab podcast, where it goes over how to improve your memory. And I found this episode super fascinating just because your brain's a set size and it can still store unlimited amount of information until you die. And whereas computers, if they want to store more information, they have to get more computers, get bigger and bigger and bigger to store more and more information. But your brain doesn't get bigger. So how does it store all this information? And so I'm going to explain how memories are created. And then I'm going to give you some tools that Andrew talks about to improve your memory. Now, I think life's meant to be experienced. And one of the best parts about experiencing life is that you get to reminisce and think and talk about all those past memories and experiences you've had. So the process that your body goes through to actually assess and interpret all the information in your surroundings and then creates memories based off this information. And the way it does this is we have a sort of event. So say you're out in the nature and you're looking and you see these two big mountains and you're just enjoying the view. Then your senses will collect all this information. So your smell, your touch, your hearing, your sight, all this information from your senses will then get sent to your brain, and different parts of your brain control different senses. All these information will be collected and analyzed by the brain, and it'll send different signals through different neural pathways. So say for instance, your eyes see the color green grass, it'll activate a certain pathway of certain neurons, and then it'll connect this with the smell of the fresh air, and it'll create like this tree branch of more neurons connected, and it'll stimulate this specific pathway related to this event and all these connection of different senses. And so that's how memory is formed. It's just a specific pathway that your brain sends electrical signals through. So how can we enhance these memories? Well, Huberman explains there are two ways to enhance your memories. The first is repetition, and the second is strong emotions. So for repetition, the more we use a specific pathway of these neurons, the stronger the connection gets. So the first time you use it, it's pretty thin. Second time, this axon, what we have here, and the string part, the orange string is called the myelin, and so each time you use it, it starts getting thicker and thicker, and because it gets thicker, that electricity that conducts through the axon actually gets faster. So it's more like automatic when you start using this pathway. So for instance, when you hear your name, the pathway for your name has been stimulated so many times it's automatic now. And so learning is strengthening of these synapses, these electrical pathways. And we want to strengthen these synapses through repetition of a task or strong emotions. So traumatic events, stress, all those types of emotions, strong emotions, actually increase the likelihood that the memory is going to stick. So you don't need to repeat this task. So now we understand how memories are created and how we can enhance our memory through either repetition or strong emotions. So how can we actually create a protocol to improve our memory? So Huberman first explains how if you're in focused mode, you're actually more likely to remember things. So a good way to improve your focus is doing 13 minutes of meditation every morning. After 8 weeks, it's been shown to improve your ability to pay attention, focus, and improve learning. Repetition strengthens that connection of the synapses, remember? And repetition leads to improved memory. So try and pick a task that you can repeat and memorize this sequence of events. Repetition encourages a firing of the particular neurons in the circuit. So that mountain example, if you keep going to the mountain, it's going to keep stimulating that circuit of neurons. So after you've got into focus and you've been practicing by doing lots of repetition, you then want to increase your adrenaline. This is the emotion part of creating memories. When you have an event that causes a strong release in adrenaline, this actually causes memories to stamp into the brain. Now there's a couple ways you can increase the release of adrenaline after learning. Things like cold showers and caffeine. Those are two ways he recommends that you can actually increase adrenaline. This increases the emotions and causes that memory to be stamped. So you're combining both repetition and the adrenaline, enhancing that memory being activated. Now there's a few bonus things he talks about. The first one being doing zone 2 cardio. This indirectly improves neuron creation in the brain. So doing 180 to 200 minutes of zone 2 cardio, which is exercise where you can't really maintain the conversation. So it's just above like walking around that jogging pace. So 180 minutes to 200 minutes a week is only 2% of your week. so it's achievable and actually improves your memory, so it's worth doing. So the second bonus tool it recommends is taking photos, whether you're taking a photo with your phone or you're doing a blink, so a heavy, sharp blink to take a visual image in your mind. This actually is shown to enhance visual memory. Now I hope you found how memories actually are formed and enhanced in our brain interesting. You can use this and these different tools to apply to your life to improve your memories. Try and take photos, try and do some cardio, try and do meditations and repeat tasks to remember them. If you want to learn a new skill, the best way to do it is repetition. Now try and get that adrenaline at the end to try and imprint that memory into your brain. Now try apply these tools to your life. Let me know how it goes. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video.